Hi everybody, thank you for watching. I missed you guys so much. Last month I was traveling literally every single weekend and it was the most that I've ever traveled in my life, so it feels good to be back home, settling in, and back to filming today for you guys. I know I originally was supposed to have a launch today, but that got moved to Wednesday the 15th. So just a few more days and then you guys get to hear what I've been working on for the past year or so. I'm super excited to share it with you guys, and today I wanted to film myself getting ready. Me and Brett have dinner plans tonight, so it's been a little bit since I filmed like a date night look. So if you guys want to get ready with me, then please keep watching. The primer that I'm using today is by KRYOLAN. It's called Perfect Matte. I have not used this one before, but I do love the KRYOLAN brand. They're more known for like stage makeup and theater makeup and stuff like that, so I don't know, I just feel like all their products that I've used in the past are really good. I'm gonna apply a little bit. Oh, it's like liquid. It just like squirted out into my hand. I don't know if that's right. I feel like it's not supposed to be liquid. Ew, yeah, so it's like, can you see how wet my hands are? And then like something came out afterwards, so let's try this again. Okay, so it's like kind of like a gel consistency. Hopefully it'll mattify me like it says it will. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but I woke up today and it's snowing. For foundation, I'm using the Fiona Styles Matte Finish Foundation in the color 4. I've been using this for probably like 3 weeks now, and I really like this foundation because when I don't have a tan or I'm not using self-tanner, it's always hard for me to find a foundation that matches perfectly. They always end up oxidizing and turning different colors, so I'm always constantly mixing foundations, but I found that this shade is literally perfect for my skin tone. To contour my nose, I'm using the Toast color by LA Girl. I love the brush on the end of this because it makes drawing the straight lines like super easy. I'm gonna contour my cheeks and my forehead and my jaw. So I'm grabbing the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I really love this concealer. I saw so many people talking about it when it first launched, and I'm like, I wonder if it's as good as everyone's saying, and it really is such a good concealer. It reminds me a lot of the NARS Creamy Concealer. It's very full coverage, and I love how the applicator is super big. So I'm applying this concealer right on the sides of my nose, like right up against the brown lines. A little bit on the bridge, in between my forehead, over these little pimples that I got on my chin. Ooh, too much. And then smile lines. And then for underneath my eyes, I have been using the NARS concealer in the jar. What are these called? Soft matte concealers. I go back and forth. I have custard and this one's macadamia, but maybe I'll use custard because I think it's a little lighter. So I'm just going to be applying this with my Morphe G16. I'm just going to scoop a little bit up and then pat it underneath my eyes. And I found that by using more of like a creamy concealer underneath my eyes don't crease as much. I noticed when I use more of like a liquid underneath my eyes, it can crease a little bit quicker or easier. I don't know, my skin's weird. It does what it wants, I'm not blending in the sides of my nose, I'm just blending in the under eyes and then the liquid that I applied everywhere else. The sides of my nose I'm gonna keep there for now. I'm then grabbing my Morphe M436 and I'm blending out the contour. So it's been so long since I've sat down to film. I know I was supposed to have a launch today, but that ended up being postponed until Wednesday. I want to make sure everything goes perfect, so I will be getting that video up and explaining everything and talking all about it next week for sure. I was away every weekend in February. It was crazy. I went from Florida to LA to Florida again, and I will also be getting my vlog up. I'm gonna try and get it up this weekend, although my weekend is super hectic already. Since I was traveling so much, I did want to vlog, that way I can at least get that up for you guys. So I will keep you posted on that as well. Tomorrow I'm supposed to be going for lunch where my sister is getting married to, I guess, try out the food and to see the place and everything like that. And then we have my best friend's birthday dinner, and Sunday we have a christening. So it's gonna be a little bit of a hectic weekend, but I'm gonna try my absolute best to get it up for you guys. So to set my under eyes, I'm trying the new Kat Von D Lock-It Translucent Powder. I literally have not even opened it yet. I just ordered this one and then a few other ones actually on Sephora. I got the little brightening powders as well, but this is the setting powder, so this is what I'm gonna use first. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna smooth out my creases with this, and then I'm gonna use the Sigma F03 brush. You can really either use your beauty blender, any brush, just to apply the powder. I'm gonna apply it pretty heavy under my eyes, and then I'm also gonna apply it up towards where that darkness is. I'm also gonna blend out smile line creases and go like this. And then whatever's like left on the brush, I'll just kind of like tap on my forehead. Maybe like a little under there. So while my under eyes are baking, I'm gonna go in with my Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D as well, and I'm gonna go over all the contour areas. So with my Sigma E45, I'm grabbing a little bit of the first and second shade, and I'm gonna go right over the contour that I had done. I'm using my Sigma F40, same colors, and I'm gonna very lightly go over the contour as well, just to set it and to bronze up a bit. So when I purchased the powder, I also picked up this brush by IT Cosmetics. It's called Bye Bye Pores powder, and it's number 701. For eyebrows, I'm using my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the color Ebony. I'm just gonna fill these in. By the way, I have a t-shirt on with a little bay on it. I know people are always like, is she naked? No, I never ever get ready naked. I'm sitting in front of a window. I don't wanna scare the neighbors. To fill in my brows, I'm using the brow powder in Ebony by Anastasia, and I'm using the brush number 12 also by Anastasia. This is my favorite brow brush because it's super thin. A lot of the other ones that I have are a little bit thicker, so it gets a little bit messy sometimes. This helps keep it like super precise, super neat, and won't look like all, you know what I mean. To set my little brows, I'm using the clear brow gel. So for eyes, I'm using the Violet Voss and Laura Lee palette. I'm using the color Britches, and I'm going to be applying that in the crease of my eye. And I'm using my Sigma E40 brush. Picking up the color Bubs with my F70. Then I'm picking up Whiskers with the same brush, and I'm applying that right above it. And don't worry about blending it at first. I just like getting the colors down, and then I'll work on blending them together. Now if you're doing like dark eyeshadow like this and you want to prevent fallout and you don't want to ruin your face makeup, you just wet the brush. I'm just using my setting spray to dip it in, so the eyeshadows will be more pigmented and it won't fall out all over your face. And then right above that, I'm mixing Fried and Britches, and I'm just applying it right on the top. And then I'm just gonna go back and I'm just gonna kind of blend all the shades together. Just like blend them. The same brush. For liner, I'm using my Tartiste liner along with my E10 Sigma brush. And I'm gonna go back in and go over the colors, so this is just kind of like my rough draft. So now I'm gonna go back over those shadows. I'm gonna pick a little bit of the color Lou Up. It's a black shade, and I'm gonna put that really close to the eyeliner, just to give it more of like that faded look. I'm picking up a little bit of the color Fried, and I'm putting that in my crease. To highlight under my brow, I'm mixing Basic and Sugar. For lashes today, I'm using the Samantha Lashes by Huda Beauty. I'm picking up a little bit of the color Smashly, and I'm applying that on my lower lash line. By the way, I applied that with my M170-4. And then with my pencil brush, I'm picking up the color Fried, and I'm blending that into the green so you guys can see like how much it changed. I didn't want it to be like too like forest green. I wanted it to be more like of a yellow green. So I'm just gonna blend that in and then downwards. For mascara, I'm using my Buxom mascara. By the way, big fan of the setting powder so far. So I'm gonna use a little bit more, and I'm gonna apply it underneath my eyes to do my bottom mascara. I taught you guys this trick a few videos ago, but it really helps. So I'm gonna do my bottom mascara now. And I'm gonna apply a little bit of this NYX Wonder Pencil. I couldn't get the plastic off, I just opened it. You guys can do a black liner. I just don't want my eyes to look smaller, so that's why I'm using a nude. So now that I wiped the powder off, I'm gonna use my Mario Badescu facial spray with cucumber and green tea, and I'm gonna just set all the powder. So I actually just recently found out that Mario Badescu was cruelty-free. Super excited about it because I love their rose water spray. I actually ran out of it from a while ago, but when I found out that they were cruelty-free, I saw they had a new flavor out, so of course I had to try it, and it smells so yummy. So I like to use this spray just to kind of like melt everything together, and then I'll use something else to set it at the end. So to highlight my nose, I'm going to be using the new Glow Kit by Nicole Guerrero and Anastasia Beverly Hills. Look how beautiful it is. I love it. So I'm probably gonna mix like these three, I'm thinking, for a highlight today, because why not? Me and Brett went down to Tampa to celebrate Nicole's birthday last weekend, and it was so much fun. We had such a good time, as always. So it was cool to be there with her while the launch happened and everything. So the first color I'm grabbing is Forever Young, and I'm gonna put my little dot. Oh, and this brush is Morphe E35, by the way. It's a little teeny brush. I'm gonna highlight on my Cupid's bow and here because I like it. And then I'm also gonna put a little bit in my tear duct. And then over that, I'm gonna use the color Kitty Cat. I'm actually just gonna use two today because this one actually looks like perfect as is, but I'm just gonna add a little bit of Kitty Cat over it. So pretty. So sparkly. And then for blush, I'm going to be using my BH Nude palette and my Sigma F92. So for lip liner, I'm going to use by Urban Decay the color Naked 2. I think I have to sharpen it though. I don't know where my sharpener is, so I'm not sharpening it. Ow. You know when it's like sharp? That's what I'm dealing with. And then I'm going to use this Hourglass lipstick in the color Canvas. It might be a little too pink, but we shall see. too pink. So I'm gonna go in with ColourPop Chi and a little bit of Times Square over it. And to set my face, I'm using the Kat Von D Lock-It Makeup Setting Mist. This is my first time trying this as well. So now moving on to hair, I'm gonna show you guys what I've been doing all the time for the past couple of months. As you guys may or may not know, I've talked about it a bunch of times, what I like to do is I like to shower at night and then I let it air dry a little bit and then I put it in a braid, and then by the time I wake up, I have like nice beachy waves. So I'm just gonna part it where I normally part it. I don't have a comb right now, so scissor will work. And I'm gonna be using this wand. So I know it looks really weird. This one is actually discontinued, but Bellami makes the exact same one. I'll just grab pieces and you just wrap it around. And then I'll leave like that much out of the ends. And I also don't like to put this iron too high up because then it'll get too curly by the root. So I just start about 2 inches down. And then once you feel the heat coming through, I like to touch it. That's when you know that it's done. And then that's what the curl looks like. So you can see it's kind of like uneven. It's not perfectly wrapped around, and it's gonna give you like a really cool natural look. And like what's good about this is since my hair is already pretty much like wavy, especially underneath, I don't have to do every single piece of my hair. So for instance, if I blew my hair out straight, I would have to section it off and do piece by piece to make sure every piece was curly. So this is like my lazy day hair routine, which just so happens to be like my everyday hair routine when I am getting ready. For the front piece, I like to bring the iron behind and then wrap it so that way it falls nicely. And then I'll like pull whatever pieces you'll be able to see, and I'll make sure those are curled as well. So I'll do like this one back piece just because I feel it's a little frizzy, and that's it for this side. Okay, so one side is done. We're gonna go onto the other side and then I'm gonna spray it, and you'll see it's not gonna stay as curly as this. So now that I finished, I'm using my Triple Sec 3-in-1 texture spray. This stuff is amazing. It just gives you like a lot of body, it gives you texture without it feeling sticky. I like the surf spray as well. Sometimes it can get a little bit too crunchy, so I mean in the summertime I love that, but for now I'm just gonna use this. And then I'm just gonna shake it. And then it's massive. It's super, super fluffy at first. It'll calm down for sure, but I just like it super fluffy. So normally I'll like kind of part it to the side and then like put this side behind my ear, kind of like that. Like that. And I didn't use any hairspray, and I used very little heat because, like I said, I let my hair air dry, so that's like key. So I'm gonna go figure out what I want to wear, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Oh baby. Oh my little boy. Oh my little boy. Huh? You took mama's seat, bud. So this is the final result. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I missed you so much, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.